What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here. Dude, man, it's been a while. It's been a while, I'm not gonna lie. I believe it's since the 1st of October since I have come on here and read the awesome sauce. And, dude, man, I've been missing it, especially in the past couple of days. It's been itching, man. I've been itching to read the greatness. So, I received a comment, I think it was last week, by Boris. He was like, you know what, man? If One Piece is on break, why not read Kingdom? And I said that's a good idea. It's about time we woke up the neighbors around here, son. Because I feel like I haven't woken them up with that in a long time. You know what I'm saying, man? But I'm excited, bro. Regardless, I have 5 chapters to read of the awesome sauce, man. It feels just like the good old times. Every single time I'm able to come on here and not just do one chapter, but multiple chapters, it reminds me of the good old catch-up experience that I had to this awesome series, man. But without further ado, let's get right into chapter 575 of that Kingdom Awesome Sauce, man. And it just seeing this Ahara Yasuhisa Kingdom presented by turnip farmers plus scent scans, it brings a smile to my face, man. It really, really does, bro. Just seeing Ten and Kyokai and my boy Shin, bro. It's always a good time. Just being able to see these characters, you know, that we all love so much. All right, let me make this full screen. The last time that I read this, I remember Heki cashing in money in the bank and going ham on Rozo, bro. That's the last thing that I remember, man. And I think it was Heki just recently got up and he went to go approach Yotanwa. I believe that was how the last chapter ended. It's been a while, but it hasn't been that long. You know, it was just in October. But anyways, man, the 10th day of the Battle of Ryoyo under the clear blue sky following their victory. Ha ha ha. You can't remember a single thing from when you managed to take out Rozo? I'd expect nothing less from you, General Heki. Yo, she's making fun of him, bro. She's dying. She says, that's just like you. You're laughing a bit too much there, Kitari Dono. I mean, he's like, don't disrespect me, dog. But at the end of the day, Heki, you shouldn't even care, man. You should be happy that you are alive at this point in time, man, and that you managed to get such a massive dub. Like, man, Heki's out here receiving many blessings, dog. Many blessings. It just goes to show how truly desperate we were at the time. And yet there was probably no other person capable of slaying Rozo at that moment. Yo, you have proved yourself as a man, Heki. Well done. And that's coming from Yotanwa, bro. You know when that's coming from Yotanwa, that it's a shoot, brother. It's a shoot. And look at Heki's like, Tanwa dono. Tanwa dono. When you had your food burnt, I was so angry that I honestly thought about cutting your head off. No, I'm glad I stayed my hand. Yo, hey, now she's coming out with the facts. Now she's coming out with the facts, man. It's like, you know, when it was because of you that we lost supply of food, I kind of just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to take the blade and, yeah! I'm glad I didn't, coach. Tamodono. Shunman and Tajifu. Just now, Bajio. Just breathed his no. Don't mess around me like that, dog. Not Baggio, man. It's like, I know my guy was going through so much, bro, but I could have sworn he was gonna get out of there alive. That sucks, man. He truly was one of the best characters, at least for me. Every single time that I saw him, he always brought the hype to the table, bro. That flipping sucks, man. And then you just see the shocked expression on both of them, bro. I'm joking. I kind of want to beat him up for that. I want to beat up Hara for that. But at the same time, I'm happy because my boy Mario is alive, man. My guy said I'm joking. He's already been seen to by the elders from the Roko tribe, so he's probably not gonna croak. This dude is a jackass, bro. And I know that it's straight up coming from Hara to us Baggio tards, man. Straight up to the Baggio tards, bro. But you know what? It takes you to go all the way down to appreciate it when you get back up, man. So I'll take it. As a storytelling device, I'll take it. I want to punch this dude in the face, but I'll take it. I'll take it just because it's Baggio, man. There we go. Yotan was sticking it out on me for him, man. He's just stepping on top of him. Just That hurts. I told you it was a joke. Ah, not there. I'm hurt too. What the hell, shoot, man, you stupid bird. I feel the same way, dog. Living bastards. Man, telling me that Baggio is dead. I disrespected him just believing. It's like, man, my boy Baggio survived all that, man. Like, it's exactly what like I was saying, but like, this man survived all of that. I most certainly expected him to live to see another day. But the thing is that this is Kingdom. You know, a lot of instances, some characters, some pretty important characters have died. So it would not have surprised me if Baggio would have died there, man. But I'm glad he's alive. I'm definitely glad he's alive, Coach. He says Baggio should be fine. I see that's a relief to hear. Heki Tajifu. Yeah, thank you. You did good out there too. It's been an intense 10 days. It truly was intense. And you just see a whole bunch. I mean, look at these dudes, bro. Some are missing limbs. All of them are cut up, bloodied. But by God, man, they're happy because of the bonds that they share, dog. And it's beautiful just seeing the mountain tribe interacting along with Heki's men. Side by side, all of them fought as warriors in this battle, bro. That's such a beautiful panel right there, showing them laughing together. And the panel right next to it, showing them resting. Then right here in the bottom left, you see what I believe is Katari's mask, man. Rest in peace to a real one, bro. Rest in peace to a real one. I'm glad we won. So glad that we pulled it off. You see him just break down into tears, bro. You can't blame him, man. You can't blame him. Like I said at the beginning of the chapter, bro, Heki in this situation, in this scenario, is probably happy just for the fact that he's even alive. But you know what, man? I always say that what you do in the most clutch of situations, when it really, really matters, is extremely important in something like this. Or even just in life in general. You know, whenever the pressure is on, when the spotlight is on you, can you pull it off? And Heki did, man. He really, really did. He cashed in at the right time, and he took Rozo's head, bro. I mean, you gotta give it up to him, man. But the emotional trauma that he must be going through inside, I mean, of course, I can't blame him for crying. I really, really can't, man. I mean, how could I? I'd probably be in the same exact scenario if I was in Heki's shoes. Kitari says, but you know, just because we wrapped up here doesn't mean it's all over. That's true. After all, the main goal of our campaign this time is to capture Gyo. Us taking Ryoyo here is nothing more than a piece of that plan. We came here just so we could prevent that man with silver hair from liberating Gyo. If the Zhao army that left us earlier tries to head for Gyo, we'd easily be able to hit them full force in the back. However, our reports indicate that instead of making for Gyo, that army has changed direction towards Retsubi instead. Retsubi? Was Retsubi that the city we passed through that served as the entrance? That just means, right. Silverhair is confident that Gyo will not fall, and has instead decided to seal off our exit to prevent our escape. Gyo will not fall. You know, that means that SSJ has a lot of confidence in that dang place. Tama-sama, the Figo King and old Enpo have already started to make a ruckus. Something about you promising to pat them on the head. To pat them on the head, yo. I'll be right along. I don't remember promising that though. To pat them on the head, Skip. Either way, that's simply Silverhair's prediction. All we need to do is stay here and wait, while believing in our allies and the fall of Gyo. Guess it doesn't change what we're doing, keeping our eyes open in case Silverhair tries to pull a fast one on us and head for Gyo. We're recovering our strength as much as we can in case something comes up. Exactly. For now, we can let everyone enjoy their hard-earned victory. Taking Fiorio may have solved their food problem, but that doesn't help the other two armies. But it's not like we can send them our food supplies either. Zhao has locked down the roads between us so tightly that we can't even send any messages, much less wagons of food. There's the Kanki army who surrounded Gyo. That's right. I for some reason I was like, yo, who in the flying flag is that Gyo? It is the Kanki army. And the Osen army who struck out north to halt Riboku's escape to halt Riboku's advance. I wonder how they're doing. Shin's also a part of the Osen army too, come to think of it. Shin, I'm trusting you guys to pull this off. And then we see falls right here. Oh, that's the side the Guanrong got me on. Yo, and Kitari even just says cheers as equals, dog. Just cheers, kanpai. What, the flying flag noise? Is it a double spread? Jin took up the whole page. Gyo. Bro, he's just, and whenever you see him, you can't help but get hyped, bro. That's the savage. That's the true savage. That's the true savage, bro. He should copyright that thing, man. You know how many times I say savage, bro? On a daily basis, savage this, savage that. Nah, bro. If Conky was a rapper, man, that's the only man that's allowed savage in his name, Skip. Are you kidding me? That's Conky, bro. Let's go, man. I feel like I haven't seen him in years, dude. My boy Conky. I don't know why this page came up the way that it did, but I'm kind of glad that it did. This junk, I guess that's the way a Sense Scans does it. Like it, you don't get like the full thing right in front of you, like the whole page spread, like how you do on other manga websites. Here, I completely forgot that it singles in and zooms in on one single portion of the page. So I was so confused. I was like, what the flying flag nerds is this? My boy Conky, man. Boss, we've got a spot of trouble again. I was wondering why our food supplies were dropping faster than they should have been. Turns out the Kuo clan has been gradually sneaking portions out of the stores. Cuckoo. What else would you expect from a bunch of ex-bandits? This isn't a laughing matter. May I have the Saki clan make an example out of them to discourage any future occurrences. Do what you gotta do. My boy Conky don't care. Stop bothering my man while he's thinking. My boy's chilling out here. This will matter with the Zeno clan. They're threatening to straight up pillage the food stores if we reduce their portions any further. I suppose you don't have any bright ideas? Tell them if they do that, then the whole army's gonna come down on them and shoot them until not even the bones remain. Am I supposed to convey that to them? I'll build you a nice grave. That man's wild. Yo, Conky's wild, dog. Whether it is ourselves or the Ocean Army, assuming nothing happens, we both have 3 days of food left. This man said, I'll build you a nice grave. Perhaps it's time for us officers to make a sneaky exit. Need a place to run to first. Man, those lackeys of Osen sure are taking their sweet time. Can they get any slower? Shukai Plains. Bro, see, this is the wonderful thing. This is just a fantastic thing about coming on here after a while and reading this series, bro. I mean, just seeing the high Shin unit, it gives you joy, bro. It really does. It really does, man. Shin right wing versus Zhao left wing. High Shin unit infantry. Don't let them push you back. Forward! Gyokuho unit HQ. The High Shin unit's infantry have advanced forward. They're really intending to... Hon-sama! Oh, where's Owen? Oh, yeah, he's right there. Have we still not received any word from Osen-sama? No, sir. Gyokuho Corps were moving out as well. Yo, man, they're heading in. They're like swimwear, coach. High Shin unit HQ. Gyoku Center is moving too. Shukai Plains on the 9th? On the 9th? 9th? Yo, man, it's late at night, son. On the ninth day. On the ninth day, or the previous day, coach. Nineth. The right wing's commander, Akko, was heavily injured in a clash with Bananji and Gyon. Despite sending word to Supreme Commander Osen in the center, they were now in no condition to offer effective resistance. No new orders would arrive even when a new day had dawned, meaning that the right wing was forced to welcome its 10th day of combat without an overseeing commander, as General Osen chosen to abandon us. No, that's impossible. If our right wing loses when the whole Battle of Shukai Plains goes with it, then why has he not sent us any orders? I don't know either. Our infantry are having trouble. On me, cavalry, we're out. Shin! And you just see my man Shin just start slaughtering, bro, in a classic Kingdom panel. You see my girl Kyokai in the background, taking bodies. We started the day in one of the worst possible ways, not being sure and having to wait for further directions. If you can't think of a good way to deal with this, then couldn't you at least just send an order like fight them off to the best of your ability or something? So what the hell is General Osen thinking? We see a panel, my man. Oh, Osen. Let's go to the next page, bro. See, come on, chapter 576. Oh my. We start off in a tent right here. It's nighttime. It's like a... So everything that we just saw just... Because we clearly see Owen Ray fighting on the bottom. So... Did this man just skip a day? Hold on, let me just go ahead, go right quick. Night falls once again upon the sea of corpse. The 10th day of Shukai Plains ends. Look at all these bodies. My man Shin was taking care of business. But by God, so many dead bodies, bro. Comrades all on the ground. Man, dude. It's like, even though we should be used to stuff like this because of reading the Kingdom series, you see a lot of death. But the simple fact, bro, that when the day started, because of the way the Shin is, and the way the last chapter was going, or at least for me, I was expecting, them to rally behind Shin and go into like somewhere. But a lot of them are dead here, man. Next page. Return to camp. Turn around the men, we're heading back. Let's move. Yes, sir. Bananji-sama. Yeah, my boy Bananji has such a sick design, man. I'm telling you, brother, he's stroking the beard. Both Gyon and Shogaryu are withdrawing. And let's not stick around me either. Get someone to send word to the Gakue army as well. Yes, sir. Despite the absence of their commander, Akko, it would actually be the Shin forces that would put up a better fight in the 10th day of battle. The Gyokuho and Haishin units naturally demonstrated heroic effort while fighting. But it would be the Akko army that would outshine both of them, even with the seat of commander lying empty. Having lost Akko as their pillar and source of absolute faith, there was worry that the army itself would collapse. But instead of showing weakness, these men would stand unwavering in the onslaught of this 10th day, demonstrating to both ally and foe alike their pride and tenacity as the first army of the Osen army. We see 10 right here. I doubt that a repeat of that will be possible from tomorrow onwards. Of course, the way the Akko army fought today was incredible, almost brought me to tears. But there's no doubt that you're pushing each of your men to their limit. It's not a way of fighting you can hope to sustain without a commander. Our enemy also chose to hold back after seeing the Akko army's efforts today, but there's no guarantee that will continue tomorrow. Last night we were busy worrying about how to even survive today, but tonight we need to figure out a plan where we can aim for it. Enough already. You want to be strategist? I thought I told you not to try and take command. This man Ohan, bro, you gotta relax on my girl 10, man. So the hell's gonna take command then? See nobody say anything, dog. That's right, Ohan, bro. If you're gonna speak up to 10, then you better be ready to go up and let someone reply, dog. Because as far as I'm concerned, man, she's the one with the strategy around these parts. What? Ako-sama has always trained us in a way to make us maintain our morale and fighting strength no matter how dire the situation becomes. Even with Ako-sama absent, we can still keep fighting like today, tomorrow, and even onwards. This is what each of our soldiers believes. However, in truth, I believe it will be just as the high SHIN strategist says, and that we will not be able to unleash the same level of strength as we did today. There's not a single soldier who isn't shaken by Ako-sama's absence. How could there be? The right wing needs a new commander. Wait, are you, young lord? Would you be willing to take Ako-sama's place and assume command of our army? Of the entire SHIN right wing. They are bowing before this man Ohan. Ask him to take Ako-sama's place and assume the command of the entire right wing. Well, are you guys like this too? I thought it was just Mako's guys. I mean, there's gotta be some people amongst you that are capable of taking command. From seeing the way he does battle until today, and from the clash against the Way Fire Dragons at Chiyoyo 3 years ago. That was some greatness right there, man. The Way Fire Dragons. How victory has achieved thanks to the young lord's plan. There is no one among our ranks that can match him as a tactician. We will hit three targets at the same time. Not to mention, unlike Moten, who was given command of the left wing, there is far greater meaning when it comes to Ohan-sama to us. As Osen-sama's heir, can you imagine how much more confidence it would inspire if Hon-sama were to take command? That is a good point. That is most certainly a good point. Can you imagine how much joy it would bring the men? The only one who is capable of leading the right wing out of this predicament and towards victory is the young Lord Ohan-sama. So let me get this straight. We're going to have Moten taking up the left side. We're going to have Ohan taking up the right side. So I'm going to assume that eventually this man SHIN is going to be controlling the middle. I mean, that right? Just basing off of these three being considered equals. Then, at some point in time, this man SHIN is going to have to take control of the middle. And if he takes control of the middle, he may as well be taking control of the entire army. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to assume that is where Hara is taking this. See a couple really nice facial expression panels right here to the left. We see some tears. Don't get all worked up all by yourselves. Any change of command must be decided by Supreme Commander Osen. Of course, that is why we have already sent a messenger to headquarters requesting Hon-sama to be granted the right. What? We're just going to decide that. It's got nothing to do with you. SHIN's getting agitated. We should receive their reply shortly. Then when we receive Osen-sama's orders, please take over as the right wing's commander, young lord. I will obey whatever the Supreme Commander orders. Yes, sir. We entrust ourselves to you. It wouldn't take long before the direct orders straight from Commander Osen routed to the right wing's camp. I bring word from Osen-sama. It's here, good. Osen expresses his gratitude for putting up such valiant resistance despite Ako's absence. However, he believes that the enemy shall mount even fiercer attacks come the morrow. Hence, he hopes that you will maintain your morale just as today and put forth an even greater effort in your battle tomorrow. That is all. That's it? So he's not gonna appoint his son as leader right wing? That's just classic Osen. That's just classic Osen, man. What? That's all he said? What are our requests? Is there nothing about Hon-sama taking over command? I don't know. Osen-sama didn't mention anything else. Of course he didn't. I mean, the day that this man Osen puts over Ohan, that may as well become a legendary moment at this time. Are you kidding me, bro? The man never puts him over. Quit making a fuss. You heard the Supreme Commander's orders. Keep fighting as you have been. The right wing simply needs to obey that. Yo, man, Ohan, bro. And it's like he expected it. A couple pages ago, he was saying that same thing. He was like, well, I'll do whatever the Supreme Commander says. Almost as if he almost had it in the back of his mind. Because he understands. He knows Osen better than anybody. But he tells them, pretty much, keeping the morale high, saying, keep fighting as you have been. The right wing simply needs to obey that. And with just that line of declaration, it's almost as if Ohan himself is the leader of this crop. Was there nothing else? I told you that's all. Return to your camps and think of your tactics for tomorrow. But that can't be right. Just what is Osen-sama thinking? Damn it, all seriously, what the hell's General Osen thinking? 10. So General Osen's behavior this time really is kind of weird. Weird doesn't even do it justice. You saw how easily he gave Moten command of the left wing? But now he refuses to budge on this? It pisses me off to admit. But Ohan's talent really is on the same level of Moten, maybe even higher. Maybe even higher, dog. 10 is putting Ohan over. Now, not only that, but the whole Akko army even wishes for it too. You could ask anyone and they'd all agree that making Ohan the right-wing commander would be a clear choice. He's still not. Hey, that's factual. And yet, maybe General Osen really doesn't care about what's happening to the right wing. But if that's true, then he's a moron. I'm gonna go take a leak. Yeah! Come to think of it, this isn't new either. Those two guys. I mean, yo, look at my boy, Mo! The epitome of hype, man. Bro, it really makes you think, who in the Flying Flag Nards was Shin's father, bro? Because Ohan's pops is Osen, and he's a freaking beast. And then you got the goat of hype, bro. This man Mo being Moten's pops. Just really makes you think, who in the world was Shin's father? We barely know anything about Shin's past. And to be honest with you, it's not like we really need to know. I mean, if we go through the rest of the series never knowing who his parents are, I wouldn't care, because that would just add to the mystery and the lore of Shin. This a true orphan who didn't know anything about his past and whatnot. But yeah, it really just makes you think. It's like, man, he's the only one out of these characters who doesn't have this great general as a father. So it's really interesting. Let me see. But feels like whatever's going on between Osen and Ohan is something completely different. I mean, I don't really get what it is, but if it's causing this weird thing that's going on between them, then maybe I should just tell him to do something about it already. Let me see Shin, look over here. Those orders today make no logical sense. It's almost certain now that there is no ordinary quarrel between father and son. Don't say it, Kanjo. After what happened today, we can no longer keep dismissing some of those rumors we've been hearing. Even Honsama should have realized that he's under suspicion. Stop, Kanjo! Even now, Osen-sama still suspects that Honsama may not truly be his child! And I was just talking about parenthood. I was just talking about how good it must be to have those two as parents. And Hara goes right Nah. This man, he's gotta be Osen's. Are you kidding me? Let's go to the next page. Yo, a color page. I always love Kingdom's color pages, man. Let me save this. Let me save this one. This looks really, really cool. Dude, man, Ohan not actually being his biological, like, that junk stated his true child. It's like, it always made me wonder why it is. But at the same time, I always took it as being one of those things to where, Osen continues to challenge his son because he knows how great he can be. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, whenever he does get to a place like being a general or something like that, that he would give him some praise. Or after like a hard-fought battle, that he would give Ohan some praise. But I never expected him not to actually be the child of Osen. more to that final page right there. But yeah, this is a really nice color page. All right, let's go right into the chapter, man. I gotta... Even now, Osun-sama still suspects that Hon-sama may not truly be his child. What? That's how I feel. How could I slip up like that? Yo, and then Shin's right there, bro. And you already... Listen. You said something in front of the wrong dude. Not because Shin is a snitch, but because Shin is going to act upon this, bro. He's going to want some information. Are you kidding me? Shin of the High Shin, of all people, it just had to be him. What was that just now? What the hell do you mean he might not be Osun's kid? Fool, not so loud! We said no such thing. You misheard and jumped to conclusions. Now listen carefully. You had best not go spreading word about rubbish that you may have misheard. I'll tell you now, as one who serves the family, even if you are Shin of the High Shin, some things will not be tolerated. Back off, Goatee. my back said, back off, Goatee. I'm talking to old man Banyo right now. So that Osun suspects that he's not his kid and that Ohan has realized it too. But then doesn't that mean Ohan is? We have no idea what you're talking about. That's enough, Kanjo. What do you mean that's enough, Kanyo? Rather than him going and getting the wrong idea from some incomplete eavesdropping, it'd be better to simply explain to him properly to a certain degree. Oh, he's actually gonna drop the info, dog. This man is a complete outsider. No, that might not be the case. Kanjo, without unpredictably the battle is going on right now, it's quite possible that we may fall in battle tomorrow. So what? If the people around Hon-sama who know of his struggles were to disappear, that alone cannot be. Aw, oh, man, bro, that just gave me like a major death flags for these two dudes. Major death flags for these two dudes. Listen carefully. First, swear that you will not speak of this to anyone and that you will take it to your grave. Have you gotten mad? You would tell Shin of the High Shin unit of this? What? What is that big of a deal? Someone like he's actually a war orphan who got adopted by Osun? How could it be something as banal as that? Don't lump Hon-sama together with a certain ex-servant, you idiot. And if he were adopted, what would there be to suspect, moron? Hon-sama's mother, Shuke-sama, was the jewel of the Khan family, considered to be a noble family amongst nobles. A woman of incredible intelligence and education. There were many suitors who vied for her favor. Naturally, O family is also a league apart from the other nobles. And when these two houses joined together in marriage, the number of visitors was in the thousands. With all the celebrations continuing for 3 days and 3 nights. And before long after the wedding, Shuke-sama swelled with child. Of course, it was Hon-sama within her belly. But just when the birth could happen any day, a strange rumor began to spread. Rumor that Shuke-sama had a lover before her marriage to Osun-sama. And that she was already carrying his seed when they were wed. Was as cliché as they come? But that didn't make it any less disgraceful for those two. Of course, people immediately questioned her, but strangely, Shuke-sama stubbornly refused to say even a single thing about the matter. Dang, yo. Even I didn't know that detail. Neither did I at the time. It was only when I took over Hon-sama's education that Gune-sama told me. At any rate, due to Shuke-sama's silence, the truth of that matter was never discovered. Then can't you just find some way to force her to spill the beans? That cannot be done, because Shuke-sama no longer lives. So at this point, the only person... So then at this point... Would Osun know? I mean, if it truly did happen just a little bit after Osun, then he might, I mean, he's a genius. And he would probably foresee something like that. But nah, man, I'm not buying this whole Ohan is not the true son of Osun, bro. I'm not. She passed away almost immediately after giving birth to Hon-sama. Immediately after giving birth, dog, you see the tears in her eyes, bro. Man, yo, Ohan is punished. Punished Ohan, bro. Immediately after giving birth, bro. She gave birth to him. Y se fue. It's like when you see stuff like that, man, it just makes you look at characters in a different light than usual. Obviously, there's no way it's true, but assuming that Honsama really wasn't Osansama's son, then to his lordship, Honsama would be not only another stranger with no blood ties, but also the one who claimed the life of his beloved wife. I don't see Osen as that shallow of a man. I don't. I know that these dudes have extreme personalities, especially in this series. But I just don't see Osen as that type of dude, man. To still hold a grudge like that against a child who bears no sin. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see Osen being that type of person. The kid was born into this world, and that's it. She gave birth to the boy. It wasn't his fault that she died. There's gotta be something more to this, bro. I'm not buying this whole this whole thing that horror is trying to push on us, man. I'm not buying it, bro. However, it most certainly is raising some questions. That's for sure. That's for sure. And it has allowed me to look at Ohan in a pretty different light after this. Cardio 10. Cardio 10! Sosui, morning. Are you alright? Yeah, what's wrong? It's still dark. Are we under attack? I bring sad news. No, bad news. I don't know. I read that as sad news. Bad news. I went to the Aqua Army early to get ready for the ration distribution. But the Aqua Army stores, or rather the Right Wing stores, have reached their end. There is no more food left to be distributed. Holy flagnards, that's bad. What do you mean, no more stores? So there's nothing left for us to eat anymore? What of the Aqua Army's reserve stockpile? Their emergency stockpile should last them 2 days if they ration it. But seeing as it is quite literally scraping the bottom of the barrel of their supplies, we won't be receiving any of it. Cardio 10, do we have a reserve stockpile too? Yeah, of course. Saved up and stored away for a real emergency. If we rationed it, then it should last us a day. Maybe we can even stretch it out to 2 if we cut down the portions even more. But that really is the last of the food we have left. Now things are finally getting really tough, Cardio 10. Yeah. Shukai Plains, day 11. Oh man, bro. I can already tell this is about to be an insane day. I can already tell, bro. Now with Shin's internal... I wonder how Shin is going to act around Ohan now. After knowing that information. Even though knowing Shin, I'm pretty sure he probably wouldn't act that differently. Just knowing the way that his personality is. But... also, major death flags for Banyo, bro. Major death flags after what he said. And now, man, they have to get this done soon, bro. They have to. All right, here we go. They're a fair bit weaker today. Well, they're injured, tired, and hungry. That's big facts, man. Sir, BA units is requesting. Yeah, I'll go. Shosa. It's fine. Our enemy's not going to make any big plays either. At least for today. Half of Shosa's unit is going to be 8 BA. Chutetsu's boys are still holding up. Ryu's are also standing their ground. It was like our men down there are doing better than expected. Only because the enemy isn't really doing anything. It's obvious that the Zao are mainly gauging us while fighting. They've realized that our food supplies are almost gone, which is why they're only half-assedly attacking us today to sap our stamina even further. It'll be either tomorrow or the day after that. No doubt that'll be when they come out in full force, ready to hunt us down. And I know that, which is why I also know that we have to do something today or tomorrow while we still have the strength to fight. Something that'll give us a chance of actually winning this right battlefield. But there's nothing I can do. The Aqua Army, Hashin and Gyokuho unit. Now more than ever is when we need to be combining our strengths, but we can't. We only have enough food for another 2 days at most. Right now we're meaninglessly making our men shed their own blood. But there's no move I can make. As long as Osen at headquarters doesn't do anything, our hands remain tied and there's nothing we can do. 10, look. My boy Shin. He's always the one that's gonna lift her head up, man. He's always gonna be the support that 10 needs, bro. Even though Shin is a blubbering idiot, she needs that idiot, man. We all need that idiot, bro. She looks over to the side. What is that? Ohan. But why? That's pointless. Zao won't be coming out of serious until tomorrow onwards. It ain't pointless. If our enemy isn't going to be taking us seriously until tomorrow, then we should use this chance to chip away at their strength. Every bit helps. So he's doing what he can right now. Even though he's some young lord from some noble family, he's fighting back. Yo, you can just tell that Shin has found like this respect. I mean, you know that he's always low-key respected Ohan. But after listening to that story, you know that even more has hit the heart for Shin, bro. Even more than usual, dog. 10, we need to do whatever we can as well. Move out cover units. We're not gonna let the Gyoku steal all the thunder. Hooah! Let's go, man. Next chapter. By tomorrow. And we see Ohan going into like swimwear. You see his eyes. We see Shin going into like swimwear. And just, man, bodies are flying, baby. As the sun sets on the 11th day of Shukai Plains, the Shin armies find itself lacking food, morale, and a commander. Chapter 578 by tomorrow. And we see the darkness going down, man. Yet another day has passed. Guess we'll call it here for today. Hon-sama, that's it for today. Let's head back. Yes, sir. Got you. Gyon. So it'll be tomorrow then. So it would seem. They have barely any food left to sustain them. Tomorrow will be the last chance to try anything before they begin to collapse upon themselves. And despite losing Akko and now being at a complete loss of what to do, Osen at their headquarters shows no sign of sending them any aid. So you're defying expectations by hitting them tomorrow when both their morale and stamina are ebbing? Indeed. After all, when hunger truly besets a man, it kindles an altogether different type of fervor within him. We must wipe them out completely, or at least the majority of them before that can occur. Do you really think that Shin right wing will fold to us like that? I do. Unless Osen finally sends them some form of assistance. I am confident that we will mercilessly crush these foes of ours. Y'all got the high Shin unit messed up, dog. We ain't gonna let nothing, even on hungry stomachs. They do not know the will. They don't know the will of these dudes, man, of these characters. They don't know the will of the high Shin unit, or even of the Gyokwa, bro. Even of them as well. Of this entire right wing. They do not understand the will that these characters have right now. Period. On the 11th night, the Akko army and the right wing would once again send messengers to the center headquarters pleading for Osen to give them directions. Akko-sama shows no signs of waking, and we're on our last rations. We don't believe it's possible for us to handle this by ourselves. Even if you cannot spare the men to aid us, if the young lord could be appointed commander, then our morale would at least... I understand, I'll pass it along to Osen-sama. But even this tearful appeal failed to elicit a response from Osen. Meanwhile, the right wing's grounds... You know, bro, at this point, whenever I see stuff like that from Osen, it really is just proving to me more of a... how do I put it? It still seems like a test for Ohan, man. It really does. It's like he's not going to take it easy on them or on him. You know, he's going to make them force their way out of the situation. He's going to make them really think of a way to get out of the situation. Because I feel like if he were the one to send them what it is that they need to do, then they would just be following orders. It wouldn't be coming from their own heart. And thus, they probably wouldn't be fighting with as much fire lit under their butt than as if, like, one of us were to come up with it and carry out the plan and do it right there on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why Osen is doing that. Not only that, but I feel like he, like I said before, he's also doing this to test his son. That he's also doing this to test Ohan, so that not only it's because he has enough trust in that boy, And he wants to see what he can really do on the battlefield when he doesn't tell him anything at all, man. So that that flower can truly bloom, bro. That's the way that I see it. That's the way that I see it, man. It's the only way that I can't see it. It's the only way that I can see it at this point in time, man. Meanwhile, at the Red Wing surrounds, the first of the final 2 ration distributions were being carried out. A tiny dry portion which had only grown smaller and smaller with each passing day. Don't rush her, make sure to cook it slowly. Yet there wasn't a single person who complained, having realized that the stores were almost empty. The men who quietly lined up were content just to have something to eat that night. And as for Cardio 10, the one in charge of the Hushin unit's logistics, she was currently agonizing over the fact that tomorrow night's distribution would be the last of any food they would see. And what twisted her face in anguish even more was that she was still unable to think of a plan that could lead them out of this predicament. Tomorrow is our last shot. We have to do something because anything past that will be too late. But what am I supposed to do? We've reached a stage where I'm not even sure strategy can even apply anymore. Perhaps we should send messengers to General Olsen too. We already have several times. We see Ohan come up behind Shin. Ohan? We see Shin look to the side. What do you want? If you're looking for 10, then she's in the tent. No, I came to talk to you. He came to talk to Shin. He says, give me some of your time. Oh my. And we see both of them on top of the cliff. I'm gonna think of it, this is the first time we've talked with only the 2 of us. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but that's why I was so shook. I was like, what? Like, he wants to talk to him? Well, what is it? If my predictions are correct, then even on this night, Commander Olsen will still refuse to send us any reinforcements or commands. I'm telling you, bro, no one understands Olsen more than Ohan, bro. Even now, Olsen-sama suspects that Hon-sama is not his child. Yeah, I think you're right. However, we only have food to last until tomorrow night. That will be the final distribution. Which means that the Qin right wing has to defeat the Zhao left wing within the next 2 days, while also missing its commander. Well, yeah, of course we know that already. Why? Why else do you think my strategist is pulling her hair out in the tent? This is no longer a situation that you can hope to solve through battlefield tactics. I'll grant you that the headless Aku army's performance has exceeded both the enemies and our expectations alike. We cannot expect anything further from them. In which case, the ones who hold the key to defeat Zhao's left wing will be the Gyokuho and SHIN units. Yeah, we know, that's why Ten's trying to figure something. A strategy as convenient as that does not exist. What we need now is not tactics or strategy. We need to achieve by tomorrow is an awakening of the units. An awakening? What do you mean? By making each and every one of your men evolve and reach new heights of strength. Your entire unit will receive an instantaneous boost in strength compared to before. You make it sound so easy. Everyone would do it if it were that simple. Just get stronger my ass. What kind of unrealistic crap do you think you're... And not only that, you want it done by tomorrow? That's right. Because if we're unable to achieve that, our right wing shall be defeated tomorrow. What? If we are going to receive neither reinforcements nor orders, if our only choice is to make do with what we have right now, then this is the only option that we have. The Alco army that was meant to be our cornerstone can no longer be relied upon. Our only chance of victory is to have both the Gyokuho and Aishin units awaken to a level of strength surpassing our enemies in a single night. No other path is available to us. You say that, but others are supposed to awaken the men in just one night anyway. Our guys went through God knows how much training and drilling before reaching our current level and coming here. Now you want them to go a step further? You might have done it only one night? How am I supposed to do that? Oh, hun! How would I know? The Haishin unit belongs to you, does it not? Yo. That's big facts. Big facts. Basically saying, like, you're the one that understands your men better than anyone. You know what would lit a fire under their butts. You know what it would take to have them evolve, bro. That's facts, baby. Listen, the only man who is capable of triggering the Haishin unit's awakening is you, their captain. This is your duty to fulfill. No matter what it takes to make it happen before the fighting begins tomorrow. And I'm trying to tell you that it's impossible. Hey, wait, hang on a sec, Ohan. What about you then? Are you planning to awaken the Gyakuho unit? That's what I'll be worrying about now. It's got nothing to do with you. You heard me. Get it done by tomorrow. Now wait just a freaking minute, Ohan. Something coming out here and spouting out some random crap like that? Have you completely lost the plot or something? That night, both Shin and Ohan would stay up late into the night, racking their brains on how to awaken their men. Alas, neither of them would manage to come up with any real ideas. However, on the 12th day's morning, right before the battle would be joined, both the Gyokuho and Haishin units would be awakened. Let's go! Is there another chapter? Let's go! Man, there's another chapter. That's every night, 12th morning. We see Shin and Ohan. Straight up. Just their faces. They will be awakened. Hey, get up. We gotta go. Worn down by consecutive days of battle, the pangs of hunger, and the spreading rumors of Commander Osen having abandoned their right wing, the footfalls of the soldiers on this morning were perhaps the heaviest yet. Ah, it's Shin. Shin! Oh, we didn't hear you. Shin! Oh, he noticed. And he clenches his fist, bro, like, let's go, man. We see Bihei, he also grins and clenches. Yeah, that's it. It's fine. The captain's a busy man. Just being able to see his face this morning cheers me up a bit. It's just me, or was he acting a bit weird? Mojun, will you be able to fight today with that hand? Honsama. But of course, no matter how many fingers I lose, nothing will stop me from holding a spear. Yeah, right, I'd like to see you do that with no fingers. Hey, man, at that point, bro, you just have to stick that thing through his hand. You know what I'm saying? It would hurt, but that'd be the only way that he'd be able to do it. Rohan. Yeah, that's a beast's name. So you can't use your right eye after all. Yeah, I gave up. I've got a Soin here on my right to make up for it, because I can't see on my left. Yo, that's facts. One of them can't see with one side, the other one can't see with the other. Yo, they're a good tag team. Which I'd find like that halfway through yesterday, and it worked surprisingly well. Yet these two actually worked up quite a storm yesterday, Honsama. Even said they were glad to have lost an eye each. Like hell we did, Mojin. All of you never cease to amaze me. What are you trying to say? What are you saying, Honsama? This much is perfectly normal. After all, we are the Gyokuho unit. Yeah, true enough. Yo, man. The respect, bro, that both of them give their captains, man. The amount of respect that they have for Ohan, and the amount of respect that the Haishin unit have for Shin, bro. And the belief in what they can do. Well, that's right. They're already almost in position. Yeah, that was fast. Feels like there's more of them than yesterday. Oh, don't say that, Ko. More than that, today those guys are like, okay, it's like I've got this bad feeling. Bihei and his men were not alone in this sentiment. Even the hardened warriors of the Gyokuho could sense the difference in the Zao forces on this 12th day, forcing them to steel the resolve. Oh my, all of our men will soon be in position. Baranji-sama, as soon as the Gafu unit is in place, we'll be ready to begin. Kyokai! Our guys are all good to go too. Okay. Adjutant Banyo, all of the Gyokuho have taken their places. Cardio-ten, we're ready to go. It's going to begin. No coming back after this. An unpleasant air had enveloped the whole of Chin's right wing. Amidst that, and this was by no means an arranged signal or anything, both Shin and Ohan would choose this moment to slowly make their way to the front of their units. Shin? Honsama? You just see them, bro. Right in the front. After which, at almost the exact same time, the two of them would begin speaking to their respective soldiers. So there's probably quite a few of you guys who don't know this, but those of you who join us later may not be aware that our Haishin unit first began with only 100 men to our name. The Gyokuho unit, yo, man, they're giving me the exact same speech. They're showing the equality, the rivals, bro, the equals. This man Shin's out here cutting a promo. It all started with us being given the reckless plan of taking out some general called Fuki. Back then, Ryusen got so scared that for a moment he couldn't even move. Still remember that, Ryusen? I do, but did you have to bring that up? So Ryusen's son was like that. And ever since then, it's been one reckless battle after another, slowly racking up our accomplishments and slowly growing in size with it. And now we're a 5,000 man unit, bro. We've come a long way, man, from all the way back then, bro. It feels like just yesterday that I was reading that the rebellion of the castle with Seikyo, bro, and all of that greatness right there, man. That was the beginning of the series. Before even the Haishin unit was even the Haishin unit, you know? Together with the 3,000 from Kyokai's group, that's a whopping whole 8,000 men. But this is nowhere near the end. Yo, and you have Owen speaking as well. And Shin says, I am a man who will become a great general of the heavens. Let him know, dog. And when that time comes, the number of soldiers under my command will number in the tens of thousands. However, the core of that army will be you. Its roots will be the men here, all of you before me right now. And when that day comes, I want to stand in front of them just like I am doing now. I want to stand before tens of thousands of men and tell them of the day the 8,000-man Aishin unit produced a miracle on Shukai Plains and emerged victorious. I'm getting chills, bro. And it was only thanks to them that I was able to become a great general of the heavens. Right now, the right wing doesn't even have an overseeing commander. Supreme Commander Osten has chosen to ignore us. No one is coming to save us. Our food stores are empty and our hunger claws at us. But even then, I still want to be able to tell them of how through the Haishin unit's miracle we were able to win the day. Like hell, I'm gonna let our story end here. And he grips his glaive. You see everybody looking down, bro. Lend me your strength, Haishin unit. Now that is what I call an MC, bro. That is what I call a leader. That's what I call a great general of the heavens. That's the Shin I know. That's the Shin that I love, dog. That right there is the Shin. The man who cuts the greatest promos in the game. Let's go, man. This made me want to go fight for him, bro. Let me hop. Let me go. Are you kidding me, bro? After that promo, I want to go into battle myself, man. I feel like turning on Call of Duty. I feel like turning on my Call of Duty game, bro. What's gonna stop me after that, man? I'm a member of the Aishin unit, baby, bro. I'm ready to dive into the greatness. Let me just jump to the page and get in this battle, bro. Are you kidding me? This man hyped me up, bro. This man said this is the day that we will speak of when I'm in command of tens of thousands. And I let him know of the miracle that took place on this day. Yo, shit is the GOAT, bro. Now myself put together with all of you. We're going to keep charging forward until we reach great general of the heavens. Like hell, let this be the end. You have tears coming out of your men's eyes. Not a chance in hell. We're gonna win. Gonna turn this into a miracle and win this. Shindono, everyone, lend me your strength, I Shin unit. Yo, man, this is GOAT. An explosion of morale. You have Kyokai blushing because that's her husband. That's her husband delivering the speech of legend. Yo, you got Kyokai blushing. She's like, that's my man. That's my man. God, bro, what a chapter, man. The same phenomenon would happen to the Gyoku unit at almost the same time. What is this earth-shaking cheering? This is the Gyoku-sama, this is... But that was not all. There'd be one more thing that would catch the Zao by surprise. Let's make this happen, men. What? Shin, what are you? Charge! Capitalizing on this sudden momentum, Shin would give the order for the entire Aishin unit to immediately begin an all-out charge that lacked any semblance of strategy. No strategy, bro. Why did I have to catch up this week, bro? Why, bro? I always pick the wrong chapter to catch up on, man. It never fails, bro. It never flipping fails. But you know what? No, did this was a break? Because I think that chapter came out, like, usually Kingdom comes out on Tuesday. That means there might be a chapter tomorrow, bro. I'll be here, son. I'll be here. Bro, this is one. Yo, man, this is what I call a chapter, bro. This is what I call an excellent chapter, man. Shin, dog. Yo, I love Shin, man. I truly do, bro. See, when Shin drops a promo like this, Bro, the decision between him and Kyokai, for me, is my favorite character. It becomes even harder. Because it's like, yo, when Kyokai has her moments, it's like top one, man. But God, oh my, yo, when Shin drops this, bro, like, he legit gives you chills, man. What a panel this is right here, too, bro. With the horse going up, he's raising the glaive up in the air, and you see everybody like, oh. And now they're capitalizing on the momentum, bro, and they're going immediately to charge at the man with just no remorse. They're gonna just start going in. That's it. They're just gonna start going in, bro. Oh, man, I need tomorrow's chapter in my life, bro. Or whenever this chapter drops, man. Because Kingdom hasn't been on a pretty regular, at least whenever I was still trying to keep up with it. It was coming up pretty regularly. Oh, God, man, I love that chapter, bro. That was Kingdom. That was Kingdom greatness, man. That's the Kingdom that I know and love right there, dog. That right there is the Kingdom I know and love. What a batch of chapters, man. What a batch of chapters. But this one right here, bro. Greatness, man. And I'm still sticking with that whole. Ohan he is the biological son of Osun. I have no question about that. I have no question. And I strongly do believe we'll be getting that moment with Osun being proud of his son later on. Man, what a Shin moment, bro. What a Shin moment. Shin has had so many awesome moments in this arc. So many great moments. And this is one of them. This is most certainly one of them. God, man. I will catch y'all next time. Have an awesome day. Kingdom flipping greatness, dog. This is why I love this manga. And this is why it just... such a great experience, bro. Like I'm feeling the energy, bro. I'm feeling hype, baby. I'm in there, son. I'm feeling the momentum, Skip. I really hope the next chapter drops soon, man. Because that was great. That was really, really good. Kingdom greatness, man. Shout out to my boy Shin, bro. The future, I'm telling you, man. One day we'll be looking back and saying how this was the miracle that brought them to where they are going to be when he becomes a great general. When there's tens of thousands. What a great speech, man.